Thanks for coming to talk to us today. We're going to talk. We had an officer-involved shooting last night, 500 block East and Southeast, about 9:30, a little bit before 9:30, I think, at night last night. And we're going to show you. Obviously, it's a quick turnaround time. We didn't get much, and we got back in here, redacted a few videos. There are a lot of officers that ended up being on scene, so there's a lot more videos as the process goes on. But we've heard a lot of calls from the community. There's a lot of inconsistencies or outright falsehoods being spread on social media. And tragically, this young man last night involved in the shooting died. Very thankful that the officers involved were not hurt, but I know that this individual has loved ones and family members that cared about him. And I think when false information is being spread on social media, and we have the opportunity to get some accurate information out, we should take that opportunity. So that's why kind of put together 3 videos. What you're going to see is 2 officers that tried to stop this individual on a bike. He was suspected of having a handgun, and you're going to see a body-worn camera. I'm sorry, first you're going to see an in-car camera video. Then you're going to see a body-worn camera video of the same officer, and then a brief body-worn camera video of a second officer. So without further ado, I'll let the beginning play here. A lot of familiar faces, so you're probably familiar. There's going to be some warnings here. What I'm not going to do today is I'm not going to come to a conclusion of law or policy. This is, as I say, the intent of this is to clear up the falsehoods, the inconsistencies, and just on balance provide the basics of the actual use of force information, because it's something that the community is very much interested in, and so we're going to do that. All of our officer-involved shooting incidents are investigated by the Michigan State Police. They were out late last night with us, have taken it over completely. There is a potential that there's a lot of other surveillance video out there. I know that the apartment building, which the parking lot of which this took place in, has some obvious what appeared to be surveillance cameras on it. MSP will be doing that investigation, looking at those. So as this investigation continues, you may see better angles come out and things, but this is what the Grand Rapids Police Department has. So of course these are angles that are they don't see everything. Body-worn camera videos are not perfect. They're affixed to the officer's uniform in front and show just that perspective. Again, there is graphic content here, so yeah, this is not a positive or happy video. This is a tragic incident. First officer that you're going to see, both the body-worn camera and in-car camera is the same officer. He is one of our canine officers, so you'll hear the dog barking in the background, and the canine is utilized to apprehend this individual. A handgun was recovered at the scene. I know that there were a group of police officers that approached this individual after the fact to move him off of the handgun and secure that handgun. We didn't get to those videos to get to redact them and process them in time for this meeting, but we know that there's probably dozens of officers that have that sort of video evidence that we'll be sharing with you guys in the future. And we're going to start with, I believe, the in-car camera video. I was wrong, sorry. This is body-worn camera video.
He's
next video will be that same K-9 officer, but it'll be the perspective of his in-car camera system.
Stop, please, K-9! Charles.
One more body-worn camera video.
Yes, I saw the barrel pointed straight at my face. Yes, enemy under him.
And that was from moments after the shooting. As I said, we haven't processed all the video to share with you, but I did have forensics email us very quickly a image or two of the firearm as it lay on the scene. It does appear to be a functioning handgun. So there were a lot of individuals. Obviously, that's a residential apartment building. I think it's maybe 5 stories. A lot of lights came on when this is going on. We certainly did. MSP did a very thorough canvass. It's probably out there again today, but information for both Silent Observer. If you're not comfortable reaching out, you can reach out to them anonymously. But also Michigan State Police, who's conducting the investigation. If there's people out in the public that have more information, please reach out. So again, tragic incident. I am thankful that the officers were not hurt, but I know that there's a family that's hurt, that's gonna miss this young man. And at that, I will take any questions if anybody has one.
Chief, where was that person shot? Do you know?
Did you say where?
Where?
500 block of
No,
East.
no, like on.
Oh, on the body?
Yeah.
You know what, I don't know, I responded last night, I responded, both deputy chiefs, 3 captains were there, and I was there pretty quick, but he had already been transported to the hospital, so I'm not speaking from my own personal observations. What I do know from the radio traffic and the officers at the hospital, that they, hospital did, I'm told, a fantastic job doing everything they can to work on this individual. I believe that he went into surgery for injuries to his chest, which leads me to believe he was likely not struck in his head, because generally if you have a head wound from a handgun that is fatal, it's pretty evident early on that it is fatal. So my understanding is some injuries to the torso.
Describe that we heard multiple shots. Can you confirm how many shots were fired, and all by that one officer?
So I can confirm from listening to it and watching this video a lot more times, obviously, than you guys have. So it's preliminary, but in my expert opinion, it looks like there were 3 shots fired by that police officer and 1 officer fired.
And this incident started because there was a call of that man on the bike with a gun?
So that's obviously something that Michigan State Police will be asking. We have 2 officers that were on scene that were trying to initiate this stop. They have not been given their formal interview yet. That will obviously be very soon, within the next 24 or 48 hours. So anything I give you can just be from the radio traffic and from the information that the other officers know. I know that they had information, whether it was an anonymous source or whether they saw the gun themselves, whatever it is, they were calling out on the radio that this individual they suspected of having a gun. And clearly then there's the other violations. He was, that video of the in-car camera, if we played it longer, he is obviously evading police for a very long time, refusing to stop for them, driving, on the sidewalks, trying to evade them. So there's certainly other legal reasons to stop that individual, but the radio traffic that we're familiar with said that he was suspected of having a gun, which obviously.
And so no, it wasn't like a warrant stop or anything? From what you can tell at this
Oh,
point.
what stop?
Like, outstanding warrant or anything, from what you can tell.
You know what? I don't know if he had a warrant. I know we're not identifying him at this time. I know he was on parole. I don't know if that plays into it. I don't know if parole had a hold on him or something. I know he had passed, obviously, arrests for weapons violations and things like that. But, I can't assess his intent and what his motivation was, if he thought he had a warrant or if he knew that this would. Obviously, you're on parole for a gun. You're not legally allowed to carry a gun, so that could have been part of his fleeing. But I'm not aware that he had a warrant.
Describe, I know you kind of answered that question already, but like, what was the call initially to where you would want to stop this person?
Yeah, I would like to find out, and that's, I'm sure, going to be when the officers are in here either tomorrow morning or the next morning to give their full statement. They're going to describe it, but it doesn't seem to be a 911 call. It seems to be an officer-initiated call. So they either observed this individual giving indications that this individual is armed with a weapon, or, like I said, it could be an anonymous complaint or things like that. We get that all the time. Maybe it was in some establishment and someone called. So I'm just not positive, and I won't be till probably the next 24 hours probably. Go ahead, Matt.
You said it was an officer-initiated call?
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We saw obviously 2 body camera videos, but there was obviously 3 officers. One that was from a car behind, and obviously the K-9 unit officer. But we also saw a third officer there who was over that man. Where was his body camera footage?
Like I said, not only was there a third body, if a third officer there, if we had played it for another 20 seconds, you would probably see 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So obviously, officers, that pursuit on the bicycle lasted so long that there were a lot of officers that were headed in that direction. So by the time we sit down to review the incident, as I mentioned, the gun was recovered not by either the shooting officer or the other officer with him. It was by that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th officers that approached. So there's probably 8, 10 officers on scene in the next couple of minutes. Those cameras obviously exist. I just didn't have time to get them to you by 4 o'clock.
In the video, you heard the officers say, "Stop reaching, man, you're going to get shot." Did he actually pull a gun and point it at officers? We couldn't see that, so I'm wondering if you can give context.
Yep, and I couldn't see it obviously too because of that. So I'm just sharing you the information that I have, and that's the reason I included that third video, because it was important, because you can hear that back and forth. You can hear the one officer say, "Show me your hands," showing your hands. If you watch the I believe both videos, you can see that when he slips on ice after getting off his bike, he takes his right hand and he puts it in a way that would be awkward if you weren't taking something from your, either a gun or something else. So he was reaching for something. You hear the back and forth with the officers. The one officer's yelling, "Show me your hands, show